Don't blink, it's your boink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well. You guys are having a phenomenal day, morning, evening. Today we're going a bit into fantasy. We're going a bit in culture today. We're seeing the beautiful impact on society or on fiction from Walking Dead. But before we go even into that, we have to check out a couple of things. We have to call H.P. Lovecraft. So this is gonna be. It's gonna require you guys to have a bit of fantasy. You guys are gonna be having to understand a little bit of you have to have a base too. Oh, I could teach you the base, but it's really complicated. So we have to look at fiction in itself and supernatural, right? So one of the forefather of and I know, don't read H.P. Lovecraft. Guy was a genius. Guy was a forefather of fiction. He was also extremely racist. And if you hear the rumor, so what was his name? But hey, I'm digressing. So H.P. Lovecraft created fiction. He created Cthulhu. He created a whole. It's funny, we just talked about Terminator and Matrix. He created a whole Bible for Creature of the Night, right? If you look at Walking Dead, it's basically zombie. The first that made zombie popular was Mike Romero, which created the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead was one of the first movies that included zombies. It was a new concept, and it was cool because when you look at H.P. Lovecraft created werewolf, created vampires, but didn't create zombies. So for Walking Dead to run, Day of the Dead had to walk. And it's kind of cool because Day of the Dead. Why am I talking about zombies? We're going to be talking about zombies, vampire, and werewolf. Why am I starting with zombies? I believe, technically speaking, relevancy speaking, I believe the zombie are still something pretty fucking relevant. You had The Walking Dead, who lasted 11 seasons. But more so, you had The City of the Dead, you have Fear the Walking Dead, right? Which are still part of popular today culture, which are zombies. The law of zombies, the law of this you got the law of this fiction. Like, oh, if you don't shoot them in the head, it don't work. Now we're gonna be talking about the vampires and zombies again, introduced by H.P. Lovecraft. If you look at H.P. Lovecraft, he introduced vampire, which actually led to Dracula. Dracula was one of the first vampire. It was vampire before him, but a lot of vampire was Dracula. And if you look at people like shows that are extremely game that are extremely culturally impactful, talk about Castlevania or Castlevania. Castlevania is under Lord Dracula. When you talk about vampire, how many of them can you name except for Dracula, right? And then it got popularized by two shows. People are quick to forget. Underworld. Underworld was an amazing. If you like Resident Evil movie, you'll like Underworld. Underworld was phenomenal. Talk about vampire, talk about werewolf. If you look at a vampire, you also see in Marvel Comics we have Blade, which is a super relevant thing. Blade is half vampire, which is the epiphany of vampire. It does mean that they exist, right? And then you have shows like Twilight. Twilight was an introduction to vampire, and it's not because I predict next on the list is gonna be werewolf. Because if you look at werewolf, you don't really see. Twilight introduced werewolf. Werewolf was introduced in a lot of shows, but apart from that, was there really a time where you saw a werewolf at the forefront? And it's kind of cool because Twilight did something that I didn't think was possible. They took a concept that was love. Twilight is a romance story. Bella, which is the main character, has to choose between Jacob, which is a werewolf, and Edward, which is Edward Cullen, and Jacob Volturi, I believe. It's been a fucking while. And they're both a vampire and a werewolf, and she had to choose, and it was nice. You see, the fact that we have, why are we talking about those? Why are we talking about vampire, zombie, and werewolf? Is because it is fiction, and it's kind of cool because when you create vampire, you create also Van Helsing, which was a hunter of those demons. And it was kind of cool because we didn't have a picture for the devil. The devil was Satan, but apart from Satan, there was a couple of not known demons. And again, in the Bible, so we're looking at Michael, Lucifer. We're talking about Lucifer, which is a Netflix show. What was the name of Nathakim? Nathakim was the second one. Nathakim, we're talking about Eve. But you see, it is a it is something akin to to a new concept. It's not so much the zombie and how cool the zombie are. It's not so much how cool the zombie are. It's not so much how cool we make werewolf. It's the simple fact that we have something that is akin to fiction. And yes, H.P. Lovecraft was a forefather of Creature of the Night. But when is the last time we heard about H.P. Lovecraft? Yes, he's dead, but still. And you look at a show like Tolkien, which created the Lord of the Ring. Lord of the Ring led to the creation of Game of Thrones. They're the forefather in fiction, but the fact that we have this fiction, and what is cool about fiction is you can dream. And if you live in a world that you can't dream, I don't want to live in it. So yeah, so pretty much a vast history of the vampire. Pretty shitty version, but still a version. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Peace.